When you see the whole world shaking and you feel your heart is breaking, take my hand, no hesitating. Oh, when you're just so tired of trying, all alone you feel like hiding. Together we'll keep fighting. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Don't stop now. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna mountains too high we can climb it. Feelings will take in the moment. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Can you see the sun is shining like a new hope? Feel it rising, coming over the horizon. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Don't stop now. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna mountains too high we can climb it. Feelings will take in the moment. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. There's no stopping.
Good evening. I'm about 11, 12 minutes late. The video, my intro video goes about 2 or 3 minutes, maybe too long, I don't know. But I had a little problem with my software again, and got it working. I apologize for being a little bit late. I'm Chris Gargiulo. This is my podcast, Real Estate with Mr. G. And I am a licensed referral specialist. I still hold my broker associate license with Realty Connect LLC. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. Actually, after I do my little introduction. But it's December 10th, and got up all my decorations, as you could tell. Here, have all the nice lights and, the tree, and the tree back there, and Santa hat, and elves and stuff like that. So I hope you're enjoying. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you're enjoying it, enjoying the season. We're getting into the real heart of it right now. I believe I got the majority of my shopping done. Thank goodness for the internet. And so I'm actually really truly live this time. It's not pre-recorded. A lot of things are going on. My wife and I went to a wonderful Virginia Holiday Pops Christmas concert Thursday night at the Ferguson Center, and tonight is actually it's a little cold, a little chilly for the area, but tonight is the lighted boat parade in downtown Hampton. I've done it before. It's a little chilly by the water, and I got busy with doing so many different things, and I switched over to a different phone network, had to get new SIM cards. When my son's phone, it didn't work that great, and we ended up getting a new phone for him anyway. And, before you know it, the day is gone. right? You get involved with these different little projects, and the day is gone. But I'm going to have one day without technology. I told that to my wife. One day where I'm not. I mean, I'll look at my phone and check my emails and stuff, but I'm not going to do anything working long on the computer or, trying to figure out programs and stuff like that. So I just need a break from it. I just really need a break. It just gets to you after a while. So that's my spiel. Okay, that's I'm showing off the air. There's a lot going on in the real estate industry, and I subscribe to to actually a lot of newspapers. I love it comes big out on my 32-inch screen, and it's between the Wall Street Journal and Barron's, and I also have the New York Times, and I have Fortune, kind of like Fortune. But one I really like a lot is the Business Insider, and I've talked about that before because they they don't make anything that you view anything through rose-colored windows or glasses. They're kind of hard-hitting. And in the real estate industry, we're always told to be positive. And I was never too crazy about that. I know it's good to be positive, but sometimes you have to really deal with facts. Like you deal with the facts, what's going on, and then you try to deal with it in a positive way. How do we work with it? So I don't want to say everything is rosy with the market, but how do we take the jabs and we get knocked down and get back up again? And that's what I think is most important. Okay, so coming to showing my my video about what stage I am in now. Again, I am not actively showing or listing properties, but I still have an active license, and I'm doing mostly marketing like I'm doing right now. So with Realty Connect, we could still talk if there's a property that you want to talk about, if you want to talk about listing your home, if you want to talk about anything about the real estate industry, we could talk. But when it comes to, if you say, well, I want to list my house, I'm going to refer you to people that I have agreements with, or you could go to my website, and then, which is really real estate with Mr. G .us for the United States of America. You could you enter your name and you have up to 3 agents to choose from. Okay, and these are all very active and dominating in the industry. Are these agents? Okay, so it's a good pick. All right, and so, and the benefit that you get out of this is that you could always talk to me if you feel you want some extra advice, and I could help you with that. But I cannot show you properties or list properties. I'm a referral agent right now. Okay, and I kind of like it in a sense because I really enjoy marketing. Okay, I just really get into, as you see, doing the podcast or keeping my blog updated. I have to redo my website, and then just making videos and the social media posts, and I enjoy doing that. So, in a sense, I'm really doing what I've always really wanted to do. It's just market, work with people, but when it comes to the actual showing and listing, I recommend, or you go to my website and you find an agent, and I'm going to tell you, I will get a referral fee from that company. Nothing from you. There's no cost to you, to me. All right. And I did it for a couple of reasons. I'm not really that old. I'm 65, but I'm, the running around and especially during the hot summers down here, showing homes, I think I'd rather do it this way. Okay. I still want to be active. I enjoy real estate. I enjoy working with people. I always get these awards for being the most favorite agent. It's what was it called again? The 5-star most professional in the industry in different areas. Always gotten that award, and because people have highly recommended me, and because I'm not a high pressured agent. I'm not selling you, jacuzzis, outdoor pools. And it was just something that you may or may not. I mean, when you buy a house, that's a lifetime. For a lot of people, not everyone, a lifetime investment. I mean, it's something that if it's actually your second home, it might be your forever home. If you're first time home buyer, it might be your home for 7 to 10 years. But it's not something. Well, every other year I'm going to buy a new home, right? It's something that it's a long term, and it's a big decision. So I don't like to pressure people and buy something that will lead them to some house that they really, really don't like. And I've heard those stories. A lot of times I've picked up buyers who were dealing with very pushy and aggressive salespeople, and they really didn't like it. And my purpose is to find you the best home, or if you're selling your home, to get you the best price. But especially on the buyer side, if it's a home that really does not fit you, I would never push somebody to buy that, even though it might have been a time when I really, really, really needed a commission. But I have to live with myself, right? And I was never that type of agent. But now I could still work with you and guide you and educate you. But when it comes to the showing, that gets passed on to another agent. And again, I'm working with a couple of agents. I gave them a couple of leads who I really trust, and I know they're hard workers. And working both sides of the water. In Hampton Roads, we have the south side, and we have the peninsula. And so I found 2 great agents that I could trust, and they will work with me and with the clients I refer. Okay? So, and again, if you're in a situation, especially with the military, if you are going to, for instance, go out to California, like my daughter and son-in-law wanted, I could set you up with agents there. I could actually, I'm on the multiple listing service, which is statewide. I could even look for properties for you in California, Arizona, Washington State, everywhere. And I could help you with that. So actually right now, again, I'm dealing with the 50 states, right? 50 states, right? Of the United States of America. And here's my promo. I know that sounds like an epic Western, that music. And actually, um, this um, podcaster that I listen to, he's actually a comedian, and he used that music. And so we're Facebook friends, and I said, "Is that from a Western?" And he told me where he got it from. It's actually from a site where you could buy the rights to download the music, and I did. So I can't get in trouble because I'm not using. I'm using copywriting righted music. I'm not using copyright. I bought the rights to use that music. So I just like it, and it kind of shows parts of America, and that I can now service. All right, help you find a home or list a home in those areas. So I think that's pretty nice. Okay. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit today about why it's still a good reason to uh, be actively looking in today's market right now, especially with the holidays right before it. And I just want to say again, when I show this, I kind of like feed in blog posts from a site that writes, you know, blog posts for real estate people. And again, it's mostly very positive. There's never a time where it says, "Well, don't buy anything," or don't list your home now." It's always the right time, and that's kind of the mantra of real estate agents. So I'm going to show it. We're going to talk about it, and I'm going to add in points that I've read during the week or saw on the news about the real estate market. Okay, so let me get my. There we go, and I'm going. Oh, by the way, uh, after I do this, I'm going to show you. We just got the brand new Winter 2022 buyers and seller guides. So I'm going to bring you to that. I'm going to take the caption off right now so I have more room. Okay, but we are going to go and talk, and I'm going to show you where you could download those for free. Okay. So there are advantages of buying a home today during this time period, and we'll go over it quickly. And it talks about, it's definitely different from buying a home than it was for the last couple of years. We went through the point of where there were very few listings on the market, and the sellers truly had their way, getting multiple offers, sometimes up to like 12 offers on a property. And people were making offers without requesting a home inspection and so forth. But it's changed, okay? And one of the biggest things that have changed right now, more homes are on for highly more homes are for sale right now. Okay, there are definitely more homes coming on than we were about a year ago, and there's a lot of different reasons for that. I mean, I truly believe we're at the end of the pandemic. Not saying that COVID-19 is gone. It's the same thing that you wouldn't say that the flu is gone, right? But we have enough vaccines out there that people, even if they would get it, would be a very mild case. Okay, so I think we have conquered it. I've gotten now the third booster. My wife and I have gotten the third booster. And most likely next year, around this time, another booster will come out. And we will be taking that the same way you would take a flu shot or a shot for pneumonia. And we will be protected. All right. So for that reason, more people who held back from putting their home on the market because of the fear of this disease spreading, they have put it on the market now. Okay. So growth has happened for two reasons: homeowners listing their homes for sale, and homes staying on the market a bit longer as buy demand has moderated. And that's the other thing. I mean, with the rising interest rates, um, there are less buyers in the market. All right. It's minus those people who are just looking for a great bargain. So more inventory means that you have more homes to choose from. Now, this is where we look at number two: home prices are not projected to crash. There's a whole bunch of other articles or train of thought on that issue. Again, these articles are geared to stay very positive, but there are articles out there that say that they will go down further, and there will be some people who will be underwater. Now, they would be underwater because, like, per their mortgage of what they paid for. All right, if they paid, let's make it easy, $220,000 for a house that was really worth 200,000, and now it's falling even more, they would be underwater. But the thing is, the most important thing is that when they bought the house, they had to make up that difference. So if the house appraised at 200,000 and they bought the house at 220,000, they would have to make up the difference. The appraisers didn't spike up the price to meet the contracted price, which is good. Okay. So it would hurt personally. It would have been worse if the banks had lent you that money up to that inflated price. That's a worse situation. But I personally, well, let's just go over the third one here. And the funny thing about this graph here, it's really, you have two trains of thought here. So Realtor.com says home prices for 2023, they still see going up 5.25. Of course, they're a real estate entity. To be very truthfully, HPES, I forgot what that meant. I don't know if it has it down here. I forgot who that is. This is the National Association of Realtors. They're being a little bit more reasonable. Here's the Mortgage Banking Association. Now we have the three different, we have Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. They're expecting it to go down. And I kind of believe more here. Okay. I believe these two. Zelman, I think, is just a reporting agency, kind of like a Zillow or whatever. And they go down really low, 5.1. I think this will happen if we truly go into a recession. That may happen. I don't think we're going to have a deep recession. Okay, what I think will happen is mostly involved with number three. Mortgage rates have risen, but they will come down. Of course, whatever goes up comes down. And within the last couple of weeks, rates have fallen a bit, right? They were getting close to 7, if they weren't 7, but now they're around 6.2, 6.3. The only thing about this, and this is the one where I probably have the biggest issue with, is because the job market is doing very well. And most likely the Federal Reserve will still increase the Fed funds rate. And it's a domino effect, and that will affect the mortgage rates. It's more indirectly than directly. All right. And our economy is still good. And I think we're going to have good reports on retail with the Christmas buying season. So it's still going strong. So I kind of see this maybe being an issue where they will not come down to where people would like to see it. I see them going up more in January until we really get the reins pulled on the economy, and then they will come down. But I don't see them coming down in the early part of 2023, maybe towards more their third and fourth quarter. And that's my feeling on that. I mean, and if we go again to review this, if we go deep into a recession, then in that case, home prices will go down even more. But I really don't think we're going to go into a deep recession. Okay, because the economy is strong. People, what's hurting is actually the tech areas, and the social media companies. They're laying off people, but we'll see. It's not. What's very interesting about economics is very different. Let's say from chemistry, you take 2 or 3 elements and you mix them together. You're gonna you have a certain reaction, right? That's not going to change. But with the economy, you have high inflation, you have high mortgage rates. A lot of times in the mixture, really what it is, other factors will affect it, right? So we just went through a pandemic. So when you have these issues, well, a pandemic is like a pair of pliers being thrown into the wheels of commerce, and that slows it up, okay? And then we had the supply chain issues, right? So that slowed up the economy. That's never happened before, right? I mean, we had a pandemic before back in 1918. To be honest with you, I don't know. I haven't really studied it to see how the economy went along with that. But over 100 years later, we have that same issue again, and the economy is, the GDP is much, much bigger than it was in 1918. So you have all these different factors, and you really don't know. It's chaos, right? Like you have a big front, the storm moving, over, and most of the computers can figure it out. And a lot of times you'll see the meteorologists, and they say, well, the American model says it's going down this way, but the European model says it's going this way, and this one says that way. Okay? And then they go with the one that makes, or maybe the most models will point to. All right? But it's a big front, and you never know what's going to tip it in what direction, right? The same thing with the economy. We have all these other factors out there. I spoke to people who are friends of mine on Facebook. I've met them. They're not just Facebook friends, and they have brick and mortar stores, and they're having problems because of inflation, because prices are going up, and the prices of their, well, I shouldn't say prices, but the wages of their employees are going up as well. All right, so it's a double whammy. And one person that I spoke to really close a business, or kind of have given it to someone else. It's the same retail store, but they made some changes to it, and she's no longer the true owner for it, but they're working out some sort of joint operation. All right, the other person is in the food industry, and she's having a rough time right now. And I'm not saying, by the way, people's wages have to go up. To pay somebody $7.25 an hour in today's times it's hurtful. It's actually hurtful. And making, I feel for the owner, because now, for instance, in Virginia, the wages are, the minimum wage is $11. It's not 15, but it's more than $7.25, and they have to deal with it. They have to find ways to to pay. They need their employees to work, to keep their stores open. But how do you make everybody happy, right? Trying to keep prices at a certain level so you don't lose your customers, right? But you need to make them higher to make ends meet. So it's a rough time. It really is. All right. So let me show my video on the winter guides that are now available for download. Okay, so the videos for this month, I'm putting a little Christmas theme on it. I hope you're enjoying it. Okay, so on my blog, I have the Winter 2023 edition of Things to Consider When Buying a Home, and the Things to Consider When Selling Your House. And they had a nice hot chocolate with marshmallows there. And you could download them for free. And it tells you what to be prepared for and what's going on with the market. And then you contact me to help you purchase or list a home. Again, I will then refer you to my associates. Okay, let me get rid of that. Let me see, I'm up here. Okay, and down here you see real estate with Mr. G.blog/resource-materials, and you click on that, and then you'll see the graphics, and then where you could download the guides, and they're for free. Okay. All right, and I believe my producer says we have especially for the holiday season, we have something very interesting in the audience.
Chris, great news. We have a celebrity in the audience. He was an American puppeteer of the mid and late 20th century. In a career that spanned over 60 years, he and his puppets performed for millions of adults and children, especially on The Ed Sullivan Show during the Christmas season. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bill Baird Puppets.
Deck the halls, deck the halls, deck the halls, deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la.
Well, that was nice of them to stop by. I really appreciate that, and so that's it for this week's show. Next, I'm going to have to pre-record next show because I think we're going to a concert that day. Maybe not. I think it's actually Sunday. I think we could do it Sunday. So I might be live, but I'm going to do something. All right. And I'll make it still very Christmassy. Okay. So I hope you're enjoying the season. I hope all is well. Be kind to each other. And remember, the greatest power we have is a love. And the greatest gift, each other.